So today, the system we're going to be covering is actually going to be working on a Windows operating system, which is slightly different from the previous two videos. If you don't understand what this series is, then feel free to go back to the previous two. First video, which is HTB Meow, go and watch that one. It gives you a full explanation as to what this video series is. If you're not a member of Hack the Box already, or you want a membership with Hack the Box for VIP memberships to follow along with the boxes when we get to the VIP ones, which will be very soon, make sure you get down in the description, click on my affiliate link. It gives me some kickback, helps me out, helps support the channel. So straight onto it, this machine is called Dancing, and it is a Windows based machine, so it's slightly different from other ones, but there's certain things we still have to do. So obviously, as usual, if you don't already know the drill, you start off by pinging the IP address to make sure you have a connection to the actual machine. Once you've done that, go ahead and do your nmap scan and find out what services are available. Now, if you pay attention to this one, you'll see there are several services available on the machine, but there's one we're looking at which is slightly different from previous ones. And one we're looking at is 445, which is Microsoft DS. In this case, Microsoft DS is a domain service. This means there's a service on the system that you can connect to from outside. Now, in this situation, we use a thing called SMB client. SMB stands for Server Message Block, and it is a type of text that you can send through remotely in order to access a system or information on it. It doesn't give you direct access like logging into a system, but it's very similar to it, and it allows you to gather some information and intel. So what we do here is we use the SMB client command, followed by a space, dash and a capital L, and then the IP address. This will allow us to then connect to the system where we can press enter and skip the password. And in this situation, we'll get the share names of different disks that are available on the service. These are essentially disks that are available on the system that we're trying to connect to. Now, the next part of it is not completely obvious. The way that you have to log in, you'll have to pay attention to what I'm typing in here, because there's a lot of backslashes in order to separate what you're doing. But this is just the way SMB client works. So you'll type in SMB client, and then you put a space and 4 backslashes, then the IP address, then 2 backslashes, and then the share that you're trying to connect to. As you can see, I try to connect to the admin share and it doesn't work, so I move on to the next one. This one also doesn't work. And then finally, we go to the other final disk one, not the one in between because that's not a disk. And that does give us a connection, and that allows us to connect to the system. And now you follow the same sort of things that you would. So you'll use the same commands like ls to list things on the actual system itself. CD will connect to any of the things. So if you have, for example, AMEJ, you can type CD AMEJ and connect to that one, and then you can ls to find out what's on there. We'll do this, and then we'll also do the double dots like you just saw there, which will go back to the previous one. It's basically up. And then we'll CD connect to James P and ls, and there's the flag. And in this situation, we put get flag.txt in order to download it, and then we can go into our own files and we can open it up and we can see the flag written up right there, and that's how we complete it. Now, for anyone that doesn't understand any of the things like LSCAT and things like that, then you've probably missed the previous ones that I've done. Check out those previous 2 videos. And this is why at the start of the video I said check out my affiliate link down in the description, because if you join up on Hack the Box Labs, you have access to these starting point machines, which will allow you to go through and learn all of the fundamentals. And one of the reasons my video exists is to help you if you get stuck, but also we can just walk through them. You complete it on your side while we're going through it. If there's any points that you want to do things on yourself, you pause the video. And if you want to follow through and kind of go through like a walkthrough style, then you just follow what I'm saying as we go through. But there will be points where I won't tell you the answers, like usernames for example, and I won't tell you the answers like the flags. But if you want to learn and you want to do these videos alongside me, and then obviously join up, hit that affiliate link down in the description, get yourself a membership. You have access to a load of free starting point machines and free normal machines as well, so you don't have to pay immediately. And when you decide to, make sure you use my affiliate link in order to get your membership for the VIP Plus machines, and you can follow through with those ones because we will be doing them very soon, because the next machine we do is called Redeemer. And then once we finish that machine, we move on to Explosion, which is the first VIP Plus machine. And of course, it goes without saying, if you don't have a membership, you can't follow along with me. But like I said, make sure you check out the previous videos I've done in this series. Make sure you hit the subscribe button because that obviously helps support my channel, and you get notifications so you know when my next videos come out, because I'm trying to release more than one video a week now. And get down in the comments and let me know how helpful this video has been for you, how helpful the other videos have been for you, and also let me know how easy it is to follow along. Or if you feel like you need more explanation, let me know. I can always add more detail to future videos. I don't really know what kind of audience I'm hitting here, whether it's completely new people or people that are kind of familiar with like cybersecurity stuff. So it's always good to get feedback from you, the viewer, to let me know exactly what sort of things I'm doing right and wrong, so that I can make sure that I tailor it to the viewer specifically to make it easier for you to understand.